China launched 2 missiles, including an aircraft carrier killer, into the South China Sea on Wednesday morning, a source close to the Chinese military said, sending a clear warning to the United States. The move came one day after China said a US UTSA spy plane entered a no-fly zone without permission during a Chinese lit-fire naval drill in the Bohai Sea off its north coast. One of the missiles, a DF-26B, was launched from the northwestern province of Qinghai, while the other, a DF-21D, lifted off from Zhejiang province in the east. Both were fired into an area between Hainan province and the Perisal Islands, the source said. The landing areas were within a zone that Hainan Maritime Safety Authorities said on Friday would be off limits because of military exercises from Monday to Saturday. The DF-26 dual-capable missile is a type of weapon banned by the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty signed by the US and Soviet Union towards the end of the Cold War. When the US withdrew from the treaty last year, it cited China's deployment of such weapons as justification. The DF-26 has a range of 4,000 kilometers, 2,485 miles, and can be used in nuclear or conventional strikes against ground and naval targets. The source said the missile launch was aimed at improving China's ability to deny other forces access to the South China Sea, a disputed region. This is China's response to the potential risks brought by the increasingly frequent incoming US warplanes and military vessels in the South China Sea, the source said. China doesn't want the neighboring countries to misunderstand Beijing's goals, Song Zhongping, a Hong Kong-based military commentator, said the missile launches were clearly meant to send a signal to the United States. The US continues to test China's bottom line in Taiwan and South China Sea issues, and this pushed China to showcase its military strength to let Washington know that even US aircraft carriers cannot flex their full muscle near China's coast, Song said. China's defense ministry did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the launches. In a rare move, the People's Liberation Army is conducting drills almost simultaneously in 4 sea regions. Earlier this month, the PLA also held exercises near Taiwan to safeguard national sovereignty, exercises that coincided with US Health Secretary Alex Azar's trip to the island. In July, the PLA conducted military exercises in the South China, East China and Yellow Seas, as 2 US aircraft carriers conducted tactical air defense exercises in the South China Sea. Maneuvers, the US said, were in support of a free and open Indo-Pacific. Besides aircraft carriers, the US has also sent numerous military jets and vessels to keep a close watch on Chinese activity. The Chinese military drills have triggered unease among its neighbors. Vietnam asked China to cancel its Perisal Islands military drills, saying they violated Vietnam's sovereignty and were detrimental to China-ASEAN talks on a South China Sea Code of Conduct.
reconnaissance jet that has marked its place into history after over a half-century of service. There's a group of airmen at Beale Air Force Base in California that without, the U-2 would never take flight to capture the invaluable images that throughout its history have kept America safe.
To me, the U-2 is almost going back to the Wilbur Wright days. It is fly-by cable.
That makes the U-2 unique. While fifth-generation fighter jets like the F-22 feature fly-by-wire flight control systems that allow electronics and fiber optics to control the aircraft, the U-2 uses a manual flight control system, mechanically operated by cables.
All these cables, the F-22 doesn't run off cables. It runs off this fly-by-wire, fiber optics. He moves the stick, it's like that. This, it's done by a cable that's strung up all the way into the cockpit.
U-2 phase technicians are tasked with performing inspections and maintenance on each U-2 for every 800 flight hours the aircraft is put through. With the U-2 flying all around the world, 800 flight hours goes by faster than you would expect. It's the job of maintainers here at the 9th Maintenance Squadron maintenance flight to ensure each U-2 remains ready for service at all times.
I like to use the oil change analogy. It's very simple. Every 3,000 miles, you see, you have to put your car to get its oil change. We do the same thing for this aircraft. However, we do about 5 years.
Even with the constant turnaround of aircraft, maintainers here are able to perform full phase inspections in just 10 days, down from 16 just under 2 years ago under the AFSO 21 program.
AFSO 21 stands for Air Force Smart Operation of the 21st Century. So basically, we eliminated over 60% of the touch time in order to do the same exact inspection.
An accomplishment that the airmen here pride themselves on for streamlining an already challenging and difficult process. The U-2 is expected to remain viable until at least 2040. One thing's for sure, that as long as the U-2 continues to fly, a proud group of maintainers will do all they can to accomplish the mission.
Actually, it's very exciting for my maintainers. They really love working on the U-2. They do it every day, so the fact that it's staying here for another 40 years, 30 years, however many years, they love it.
For Beale Air Force Base,
Nice job, welcome back.
I'm Airman Andrew Buchanan.